check this out. We've got side skirts. And these are fiberglass side skirts that you can get from Ortiz. It's about $400, thereabouts, plus minus. So yeah, we're gonna prep them. This one is white because I've already put primer on it, but the surface finish, you can probably see it better there if I can get the focus, isn't all that great. So you will need to do some prep work and sanding, which is why I've got my sandpaper here, orbital sander, and a whole lot more sandpaper in there. So let's get to work. And this time I have a tripod, so you guys will be able to follow along. So we're gonna start off with a 40 grit sandpaper, and on the orbital sander, see how it goes. I don't know how well the camera is going to show this off, but that is a lot smoother. That big empty white patch. The manufacturer put this brownish sort of primer on top of it, and then I put the white primer on top. So as you can see, we're going from, let's try and get this to focus, going from a surface like that to this. It's much better. So see, a lot better. I'm going to continue sanding this. As you can see, there's a lot that I have to do. I'm gonna keep sanding, and I'll catch up with you guys a bit later. We'll see the difference. Look at how much better that is. That is a whole lot better. See how much smoother that is. Now of course, still a little bit rough because this is 40 grit sandpaper, but we can of course go even smoother. If I grab my 80 grit sanding pad, just an example, this is even by hand. already. That is even better. Now I have even better sandpaper, so let's have a look. This is even finer. This is close to 200, I think it was. Can't remember. Doesn't say on the back, but somewhere close to 200 grit on sandpaper. Let's have a look. Now this sandpaper, when you're done, will leave a very smooth finish, almost glossy. It's so smooth the camera is struggling to focus. See there? You don't even really see all that much texture anymore. So that's the sort of thing we're looking for. Let's see if I can catch it in the light. Yeah, sort of. You can sort of see it there. You can just about see the reflection of the sun as I move along. Super smooth. This is the sort of surface finish you want to get to. This will make painting absolutely perfect. So I recommend you sand through the brownish primer on top that has a terrible surface finish and get down to the white primer underneath. You can go a little bit through the primer like I did here. You can just see the fiberglass underneath, but that's okay. You can always primer that out, and then once you paint it, it'll never be seen, but that's what you want. Super smooth finish. You don't want this. This is, you can actually hear the difference. Almost nothing. Very coarse. So the objective is to get this finish everywhere. Now, if you actually look at it, I'm going to try and show it to you. This is the bottom side of the side skirt. And then you've got the face and the top where the door is. These are your two most important faces, because this is what you'll see when it's on the car. It'll be more or less like this when you view it. So it's really up to you if you really want the bottom to be super smooth. I'll just get it roughly smooth with the 40 grit, and I'll be okay with down there. But up here I'm gonna go 80 all the way up to 200 on the face, and up top the areas that you will see, because down here no one's going to see that, and I'm going to add a little lip underneath here anyway later on. And so here is the final product. Super smooth. Perfect for paint. I've left the underside pretty rough. You can tell between the 3 layers of primer. Because again, this is underneath the car, so you won't see that. You just about see the texture there versus how smooth that is. So I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna worry about it. As I say, it's underneath the car. What's important is these two faces that you see. It's got a nice transition that goes, you know, from the top, swings out, then curves down and under the car. So there you have it. You can even see the shininess and the reflections. That will look great in paint. Unfortunately, this is the primer I've got, but unfortunately I used quite a lot of it the first time around when spraying this guy. So I'm just going to use it to touch up all the spots where I burnt through the bottom layer of primer. and then we'll see what happens. So what you're seeing right now is me sanding down the right hand side skirt. As you can see, I'm sanding through the brown primer down to the white, as I've mentioned before. The actual fiberglass itself is actually in very good, it's got a very good surface finish, but the primer is the issue, as I've mentioned before. It would appear they painted the primer on as opposed to spraying it on, so the bristles from the brush, they leave streak marks everywhere, creating a surface that requires treatment. This is why you need to sand through the brown down to the white and get as smooth of a finish as possible. So after all that sanding, now we're going to do a quick test fit. Just a quick placement really to see what it will look like up against the car. Not too bad, I don't think. If you look at it, it brings the right height to a very nice place. Now I have a gap here where my front fender has been dented in. An old tire blowout incident my dad had when driving this car, but that can be fixed later. What I'm really interested in is the overall look of the car in comparison to the front lip. You see, the aim is to get more or less the same level, and we've sort of got that, especially since the side skirt dips towards the front, sort of how the front lip dips. I've always never really liked how this part is so low, but preferred if it was level. But we've more or less achieved what we're looking for. This lip on the top makes life difficult. It will have to be removed. I already removed it on the left hand side skirt, so it will have to be removed. I'm also gonna have to start trimming, like from here, just a little bit down and across, so that the door can open. So we'll go all the way to the back, trim it all the way up to here, just slightly down, allow clearance for the door, and I'm going to trim this guy just a little bit across there to allow space. That's about it. Thanks for watching the video. If you're new around here, consider subscribing for more concept car related content. I will ride with you again soon. Cheers.